Let's go to the conference finals of the NHL. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain America representing Texas hockey down there in Dallas. The odds-on favorite to lift Lordo this particular year. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Pavelski. Pops, what's going on, pal? How we doing?
Doing good. Just got home.
Are you in? Well, thanks for joining us. Hair looks phenomenal. Beard, wow. Yeah. Is playoff beard, or do you always do this? You always have this facial hair?
Playoff beard for sure, but I always have a little facial hair. It's been, I don't know how many years since I've probably been clean and shaved, but I like a little bit.
Do we do handlebar? Do we have a little game like the Tuttles? Like
No, kind of what you see is what you get probably.
That's a good beard. That's a good beard. We talked to Kachuk a little bit the other day, and now we're talking to you. America is the greatest hockey country on earth. Is that's a factual statement?
It's right there. It's right there. It's been coming. You know, our USA Hockey program we got. It's building. It's starting to show itself. Yeah, a lot of great players. Excited for the future for sure.
It's our game now. We're pumped about that. Hell yeah!
Sure, we'll hear about that one tomorrow in the locker room. It'll be good.
First time you come on the show, obviously put you in the middle of some international conversations. We apologize. That was on us. That was certainly not on Captain America. Pops. Let's talk about the team now. We have a massive Dallas Stars fan in the office in Bubblegum Pino. Now he is from North Left Canada. He is a massive Stars fan. He's saying he's feeling like 90s again. Holy hell, we're all the way back. You guys have to feel great with how you're playing, the physicality, the way you're going about getting your wins, and that building is buzzing everywhere. Do you guys feel the ride, and how has it been this playoff run, and where do you guys think you're headed?
It's been awesome. The building, number one, it's been great. We can probably get a few more wins at home. We've put ourselves in some tough spots to start series, but responded well. There's no place like it. It's been awesome to see the fans show up and the atmosphere, and our game is great. It's been really good, and I think at number one, when people talk about our team, it's a deep team. Up front we're deep. On the back end, we got guys that are log big minutes, play hard and heavy, and we've matched up well against a bunch of teams.
Okay, so I think the stat we read, and the number, we're not Terrence Howard, but the numbers on Wikipedia is always difficult. I think you've been in the NHL how many years?
18th year.
Woo! Congratulations. Thank you. I think you only missed the playoffs 2 times, right? You only missed playoffs 2 times throughout your entire career. Like, playoff hockey is where you find yourself at home. What is the difference between playoff and regular season hockey? You said heavy. That's a big part of it. Speed, a big part of it as well?
It's heavy, yeah. Speed's a huge part of it. That's why, I've had a little success there. But it's playoff hockey. It's intense. It's great. It's where we want to play. It's why we play all season long, is to have an opportunity to play now this time of year. I was fortunate in San Jose, 13 years there, played on some great teams with some great players. And I think we missed the playoffs once there, and then missed the playoffs once here in Dallas. And I've experienced a lot of deep playoff runs. We haven't got over the hump yet, so we're looking to do it this year.
195 playoff games. 195.
What?
Hey! Most playoff goals by an active American-born player in 74, obviously, and then he won silver medal in 2010. Now,
second most ever.
Second most in the history
for American goals.
So you need to get up to, obviously, number one. And then we need to outscore all the Canadians up there too. You know what I mean? We need to go and get all those. Speaking of Canadians, one of your biggest fans is a Canadian. Gumpy, what do you got for Pavs?
Pavs, Stanky, Wyatt, the young lads stepping up in the playoff run. Wyatt lives with you. Is that true? And how huge has the young lads stepping up with the older guys been for this run?
Yeah, it's true. He's been here. This is year 2 with Johnny in the house. Last year was awesome, kind of getting to know him a little bit more. And, last year, I think he commanded more and more ice time. You're watching a young 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid play, and you're like kind of waiting for him to maybe hit a wall or, just kind of wear out a little bit. But he kind of commanded more ice time, more situational play. And, he's a big part of the PK, PP, all those things. And this year you can just see his confidence has kind of grown. He, even around the house, he just looks more comfortable, more confident, knows what he wants to do. A few more jokes. He loves trying to play a prank here or there on us. And but then you get out to the ice, and he's been terrific. He's driven this team a little bit at times this year in the playoffs. And Yeah, and Stanks, he's got an engine on him. He goes. He's been a huge kind of spark plug for us here down the stretch.
Okay, let's get back to the guy living in your house. All right, so is this guy, because Sidney lived in Mario's house whenever he came to Pittsburgh for a long time. In hockey, I think there's a lot of like moving out of your house and going living in other people's houses whenever you play junior or whatever the hell it is. You just standard operating procedure for you to have a teammate living. Is this a guest house? Does he have a wing? Is there like a basement?
I wish we had a guest house. I'd put him out there in a heartbeat, but no, he's in one of the guest rooms.
Get him the hell out. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. He's up there. He's just around the house. It's a good little story I was telling somebody today as far as like Wyatt, our assistant coach, Steve Spott. When this was happening, it looked like this kid was going to make our team, and he's asking, is anyone, we want to find a good spot for him. Being a Canadian coming to the U.S. first time, what do you got? And he's like, so he's asking us, he's shooting me a text. He's like, hey, we're looking for a spot for Wyatt to stay. And I had Spotter in San Jose, and he's got a chocolate lab puppy named Wyatt. And I have 2 labs. I have 2 yellow labs, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, I really don't want a 3rd lab in the house. But yeah, if you need a spot for Wyatt, I think we can take him. We can have 3 labs. And he's like, no, idiot. I'm talking about Wyatt Johnston. We need a spot for him. I was like, all right, give me a sec. I got to talk to the wife and let's see how it works. So we brought him in. As a rookie, you get 10 games, kind of a tryout, whether you can get sent back to junior or not. So we'll take him for the first month, see how it goes. And he was tremendous that first 10 games. And we came home after that one. We knew he was going to stay. Walked through the door, and Sarah's just like, Wyatt, you got something to tell me? And he's like, I made the team. And then he's like, can I stay with you guys? She's like, absolutely.
There we go.
Been great. We have a lot of fun. Yeah, I was pumped he wanted to stay with us again this year, and it's great. I got a 13-year-old boy, so Wyatt's 8 years away from him, and 18 years away from me. So it's a fun dynamic in the house.
It's called you Unc, Coach, Dad. What's he say? What's he?
Mister.
Yeah. I mean, he's a pet. It sounded like. That's what I just heard. We have a pet superstar, which is a beautiful thing. Speaking of superstar, hey, that's good team. That's another reason why hockey is just
the best.
Hey, that's awesome. You didn't know that. That's cool. I don't know how many times this happens in hockey. Obviously, in Pittsburgh, it's taking place now. It's happening there. The community, the culture is just vastly different than a lot of other big sports, and that's why we love it. Connor's got a question for you.
Yeah, Pavs, it feels like you guys have it going on the offensive end, but you guys also have the otter back between the pipes. How awesome is it having a guy that you can rely on night in and night out? I mean, when you guys closed it out, it was a 2-1 ball game in overtime, so he was standing on his head. How awesome is that, and how much confidence do you guys have having Otter in the back?
Yeah, there's definitely, you look at the playoffs so far, there's times it feels like we're scoring goals, but there's probably more times than not we haven't. That Vegas series was tough. Felt like a 2-1 game. Every game we were going to play, and offense, there wasn't a lot out there at times. And Otter shut the door. Great bounce back goalie. If he ever has an off night, he's coming back. We have tons of trust in him, and I think just number one is just like his mindset. He's a goalie, so he's actually one of the more normal, sane goalies out there, which is great. And he responds big time usually for us, and we got tons of belief in him.
What were you saying there about they're weirdos?
Like Brizgal?
Yeah. What's going on? You ever hear that?
Well, kickers, in our game get talked about being weirdos. And any of those isolated positions that are real heady, pitchers, I think get talked about.
Golfers.
Golfers get which.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're going to talk about here in a second.
Of course.
Obviously. Goalies, modern day goalies, still psychos? Because, for kickers and punters, I think that's kind of like a little antiquated. Well, I don't know. Actually, hold the phone. Hold the phone. It's a whole different conversation as of a week ago. Yeah. But goalies normally little off.
Yeah, you're never going to lose that. I don't think. There's always going to be some quirks, and there's some goalies definitely in the league that are still like that. But Otts is a good guy. I'll back him on that.
Otts is a good guy. He's a good lad out there.
Hell yeah.
How about the fans putting the
the Otter mask?
Great card player too.
What card games are we playing? What card games you guys play?
Likes to give his cash away, so he's perfect.
Oh, fish! We like that. We like a good Otter's a fish. Never would have thought. What games do you guys play over there?
Mainly play 7-up, 7-down. We always got Mush wants to play poker. He's wanted to play poker for a couple of years. Marchment, we had to shut him down early. So
what's 7-up, 7-down? What's that?
It's a trump game.
Okay.
Kind of like spades.
4 teammates?
Like Boo, right?
We got 8 that roll around, so it kind of dilutes the game a little bit, but we have a good time with it.
Lone or teammate?
Alone.
Okay. All right. What planes, hotels?
Little table talk goes on once in a while, probably.
Yeah, well, speaking of, the biggest and worst table talker in the history of cards, AJ Hawk has a question for you.
No way.
Never, Pops. Don't fucking do it.
Wow.
There's no reason to play cards with this guy. It is
Not
sin.
illegal.
The worst.
It's
None
a
of it
sin.
is illegal.
You're going to get
cheater.
None of it
bullied.
is
You're going to get
illegal.
accused.
I'm a great teammate.
Yeah.
Worst I've seen.
He'll punch you.
Huh?
Worst I've seen.
Ever.
Yeah, worst I've
Any
seen.
Debo doesn't know how to play the game.
Exactly.
And it makes it hard. It makes it 10 times harder to learn when I'm watching the cheater. But hey, you're not cheating, you're not trying. I respect it.
Yeah, but like when you cheat and you get called out, normally you're supposed to stop for at least a couple seconds.
That's on me. Sorry,
I
guys.
got caught. All right, you guys caught me. Okay. AJ's like, well, I don't even remember what just happened. I'm in the moment so much. What are you talking about?
For real, that's true.
We want that, right? Yep. No, you can't do that. What I do, I'm right now. Okay. And then he look at your cards clearly.
Yes.
And you can't do that.
And
What, are you going to fight me?
Deals like an asshole.
That's literally, Pops, that's what it's like playing fucking cards with this guy. Real deal. At 40,000 feet, you can't go anywhere. You're literally,
Him dealing
oh my God. Yeah.
like an asshole.
Bottom of the deck every single time. It's like, oh, you think I'm doing this on purpose? You think I can know how to read the cards? Okay. All right. And then it's insane. It's every part of the game that you can have fuckery in, AJ does. And it's a good time, though.
Yeah.
It is a good time. It is a good time.
And he stinks.
Don't play cards with him, though. Do not play cards.
Pabs, is this year the year that you climb the mountain and you win out in Lake Tahoe? I believe the 3rd place finish last year. You're always contending to win that thing. Like, is this the year?
No, I don't. I like to think it might be the year, but I don't think it is. We're in a deep playoff run. We're expecting to go a little deeper. We want to go a little bit deeper, so that puts a little bit of practice time. You know how golf is. It's tough. We had this few-day break and went and played around. The clubs were a little dusty. So, but that being said, we get done with these playoffs and we'll get out there. And the game never goes too far away. So
it must be nice.
we'll see how guys show up. I know I'm going to beat you too.
I did not. Just to be clear, none of us know if anybody.
Not very hard.
No. All right, Pat. You are a stick, obviously.
Jeez.
My question is this: have we passed the time where you can RSVP? Because I don't know if I'm going to be in the tournament. So
You can.
I
Still
think.
RCP.
What's that?
You got pulled.
You can still do it. Yeah, you can still get
No,
back.
I have not said I have the capability to make it yet this year. So I don't know if you'll be able to beat me this year. You and me tied, kind of a stand.
Probably.
You're a real player. Have you always been a great golfer? Obviously, hockey helps.
Yeah, I played baseball growing up, and then when I got to high school, it was kind of like baseball or golf, and I went golf, and it was actually incredible. Like playing high school golf, I loved it. Get out. We had spring golf, so it was like end of this year. You don't want to be in school anymore. We'd get out and go play 18 holes one day, two, three times a week, and just played. Grew up,
So you know why things are
bakery.
happening. You know why things are happening. Like if you hit one like to the right, you're like, oh, then
He's a real golfer.
Yeah,
I played with him years ago in Tahoe when he wasn't nearly as good, and he still shot probably 70 every single day. Yeah, he's like a legit. It's like playing with a professional golfer.
Oh, geez, how nice is that?
But
That
a
has to-
fun,
know
but a
about
fun,
that,
but a fun,
we have
cool
an idea.
professional golfer that actually plays fast and has a good time.
We're boozing out there.
It's a handicap.
What was that?
Well, what's your handicap, Joe? I don't
And
know
are you
that.
boozing out there?
And are you
It's right around scratch right now. Trying to get it up for the summer. It gets low towards the end of the summer, and play a few rounds. You got to plug those scores in, get back to zero, and
18
go
years
from
in
there.
the NHL, a fucking scratch golfer.
Damn.
Yeah.
Great leader. You got a guy living in his fucking house. You got a kid and a what? I
Dog.
Second all
Dog. Dog, dude. We're lucky that you're American, pal. I mean, that is real. Scratch golfer. Jesus Christ.
Must be
Clubs are a little dusty. You know?
Love that.
Clubs are a little dusty. Right now, I'm probably around scratch or whatever. Jeez.
Absurd.
Who? Tony Romo's the one, right? He's the one?
He's there. He's good. He's around Dallas. We get out a little bit. I haven't played with him lately, so who knows?
You don't drive to golf courses with Scotty Scheffler. I don't know if you heard.
Pretty good. Huh? How about that? Like that's amazing. Like
Ongoing right now.
Yeah,
Ongoing.
Yeah.
ongoing,
Try not to
Wow.
do it.
Speaking of ongoing, Western Conference Finals. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Pavs, you haven't won a Stanley Cup, but you have won what many people consider the second most prestigious trophy in hockey. I don't know if you remember this. I surely do. It was a seminal moment in my childhood. 2004 Clark Cup Championship, Waterloo Blackhawks.
Wow.
I am a Waterloo native, so young me watching Joe Pavelski, bring one home to Party Town.
No way. I thought you were going with the national championship with the Badgers.
absolutely absolutely
the
not.
Clark Cup. I love it.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
third.
that was our Stanley Cup back then, man. That was everything.
That was the same time.
Bingo. Hey, I mean, Dallas, great barn, obviously, but Pabs knows.
That still might be the loudest barn I've ever been a part of.
Boom. When Young
we won
Arena
that
is
night.
rocking, there's nothing like it. There's nothing. Man, that is fucking awesome. That is awesome. So that's great. But Pabs, just curious, everyone wants to talk about, Draisaitl and McDavid. What other challenges does a team like Edmonton propose for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, you talk to about those guys all day long. You know what you're getting. They're going to be good. The power play is obviously it's elite, one of the best ever, the best ever probably. So, one thing we got going for us is I think throughout the regular season, throughout these playoffs, we've been the least penalized team. So guys do a good job checking, playing hard, not crossing the line. Playoffs, you might not get as many calls, so power play and stuff. You try to limit their chances and take them away. You're never probably going to fully do it, but as a group, you try to get the job done, and hopefully, we'll have Otter back there if something happens.
Did you see the dancers out in the watch party up there in Edmonton? You see them getting Dahn out there in the circle?
Yeah, I saw a couple highlights the other night. Ooh. Yep, there we go.
Ooh, cowboy hat's really fucking getting it.
Cowboys in Canada?
Yeah, that's real deal there. I mean, he feels so good. He practiced that so many times ago.
Yep.
So nobody's seen that.
No.
He's been doing that at the house. Mm-hmm. He's somebody walks in, what the fuck you do? You don't understand. Get out! And then that thing happens, and all of a sudden he's a star. But they're an incredible. That's an incredible barn, right? I mean, that is home ice arena. Is home ice advantage real thing in hockey?
It's real. It really is. It's awesome. From team to team, it's different, but like whether your record's good at home or not, or you've won games or not, it's you want Game 7 at home, and that's why we work all year. It was some of our talk is we want to have home ice if we get a chance to play Game 7, and we had one this year, and it's a whole lot better coming home in front of your fans playing a Game 7, especially kind of if you're running on fumes in a series or not. You can definitely find a little bit of momentum from it.
Well, speaking of running on fumes, I've heard you guys run on any broken bone there is, and. Obviously, you've been a part of the NHL for 18 years. Same. Feels like hockey is a trip into the past. Like players, culture, not all the past.
Sure.
There's a lot of parts of the past, obviously, that we would certainly not want to be. But it feels like an old school game. There's a lot of guys that retire in the NFL that have played a long time. They're like, the locker room's changed mightily with the new generation. Hockey seemingly is kind of trapped in the same time as it's always been. This is our culture. This is who you have to be to play hockey. This is how we operate. This is how we go about it. Have you seen a massive change over almost 2 decades in the NHL?
No, I wouldn't say, it's a huge change. It's been good. The sport, the game itself has probably gotten a little faster, and maybe not the high-end guys are there, but up and down the lineup, everyone can skate. Everyone, can shoot the puck these days. So the game's changed that way. You take care of your body a little bit different. It's not as, it's more protein shakes probably for some of these younger kids than pops. And from there, but just the character from people coming into the locker room and young kids to the older guys that are still around, the game has a great character to it. And that's one of the things you love about it. And when I was young, you had Joe Thornton, Patty Marleau, all these old guys around that you were able to learn from, and you just try to keep that tradition going. But a lot of respect for our teammates and the guys we're playing against.
It feels like hockey is always going to be that way. It's a sport that humbles. I feel like you have to be humbled by hockey. Mm-hmm. The amount of work to get your body to be a professional hockey player is so stupid. I don't know how you guys do it. By far the toughest group of professional athletes. Now, we put a ball in your guys' hands. Jesus Christ. Looks like us on ice, for most. But you put a golf club in this guy's hand. Whew. It is game, set, match. Do you booze when you're golfing or no? Are you super serious?
I love having a drink or two on the course. There you go.
That's probably why it'll never be Romo, though. I think they're doing the he's even getting hydration IVs.
Yeah, cat-cowing on the green.
During the entire thing. Got to be able to read it.
Hey, kind of have to. It's too much fun not to.
Golf is such a good sport. It really is. Just the vibes.
18 though.
Too long.
Could
Need
be
12.
Yeah, 12.
You think? You're a slow golfer then, huh?
I suck. Yeah. So about 12, I'm all right. I'm about done with this shit. But the American Century Championship, post 12 is when all eyes are on you now.
Yeah.
You know, so I've already quit on golf. I'm done. I've already done the golf for today, and now everybody's going to see you go. It's a bad setup for somebody like me. You're able to walk all the time when you play.
No, just at the AAC for the most part.
We need to get carts out there.
Yeah.
We need to get carts out there.
He's always in contention.
AAC, that's our rink. Sorry.
Hey, the AAC's a loud barn, not as loud as Waterloo, Iowa, though.
That's right, Young Arena.
Hey, Pops, thank you for taking time out of your day of being a father to one of your teammates and obviously in the middle of Western Conference Finals and taking time away from potential golf to join us in Chit Chat. We're big fans. We appreciate the hell out of you.
No, I appreciate it. I got to give a shout out to the Wood Chat back home, too, in Madison, and Studderocker who holds it down. He's they keep it light throughout these playoffs, so it's a nice little group chat we got going on. But the Wood Chat's where it's at.
The Wood Chat with Stud Rocker, dude? What are we dropping memes in there? We dropping memes in there?
Yeah, what's happening in there?
There's a couple memes in there. Gets rolling.
Okay, motivational quotes going in there. Are we talking about the games?
Terrence Howard, maybe?
Yeah.
Hometown videos.
Hometown.
Different videos that pop up. Homemade videos. Good stuff.
This is the Wood Chat?
Send a video.
Wood Chat.
Wow. Wood Chat's cooking. Did Terrence Howard make his way into the Wood Chat? This guy's figured it the fuck out.
No comments.
Certainly has. It's showing up in every conversation because you hope one person in your friend group understands at least one of the 10 words that Terrence Howard just said. And why haven't I learned this? We appreciate you, man. Real lot of the lads representing not only Dallas, but the United States of America.
Bring it home, Pavs.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Pavelski.
Thank you,
buddy.